Okay, fintech, Israeli fintech, which means, you know, it's being built absolutely brilliantly, and it tokenizes one of the real estate, one of the areas that we know is the absolute worst area there is, which is real estate. So let me just go to that and push it over in the corner. Okay, so real estate, we know there's lots of it around the world, but we also know that the only problem we have with it is it's not liquid. It's hard to get into and expensive, and it's extremely difficult to get out of, and it can take years to get out. So it is absolutely perfect to tokenize because it's been closed for access for absolutely years. So that's what SolidBlock have done. They created the NASDAQ for real estate so that anybody who has real estate is able to get two things which they want more than anything in the world. They want to make sure that they can fractionalize it to get as many people into it as they possibly can. And that's the same for people looking to invest in real estate. And they also want to make sure they can get liquidity whenever they need it. Imagine having a real estate portfolio that you can get liquidity from whenever you wanted it so that you could leverage or use that money to actually for anything they actually needed. So it's really simple how it works. You got an asset owner, somebody who's got a large amount of real estate, like my partner in Northern California, who owns a town. You then say, okay, your town is worth $80 million. Let's create a token within that town so that people can become shareholders within the town. SolidBlock do all of the back end, create the entire exchange, bring in investors. Hey presto, you can actually you can raise money from as little as $5,000 or $10,000 per investor, as opposed to where you would have had to have been before with hundreds of thousands of dollars. You can get those investors from all around the world rather than just local places, and you can get the investment anytime. Here's where the rubber meets the road and why we invested in them. The Aspen coin. If I was trying to think of a more traditional and boring and conservative business model, it would be the St. Regis ski resort. You cannot imagine these people tokenizing their asset, but they did. And not only did they, but they raised $18 million without having to sell, without having to IPO. And look at this, their token is up 28% since they tokenized it. It got listed on T0, and a heck of a lot of people made a bunch of money. Now, you might think this exists out there. It does not. What exists out there is a bunch of real estate investment platforms, a bunch of syndication platforms that use blockchain cleverly to track the actual the performance of the asset, and some issuance platforms as well. SolidBlock were the first that we know that came into this space and looked to do it. They've tokenized a bunch of premises already. We've got two more that are coming on over the next month, one which is 12 million, one which is 20 million here. SolidBlock actually make money from this by not only taking fees at the beginning, but then taking a percentage of subsequent transactions ongoing. So it's a phenomenal model. You can see they started with an issuance marketplace. They then are building in compliance indexes. Then there will be cross-listing. And hey presto, within time, we have ourselves a brand new stock exchange for tokenized real estate. The team is a beast team. Yale is one of the best CEOs I've ever come across. Our co-CEO, who's focused on the development side, is one of the deepest tech people that I've met. They have got a stack of people. This is not a startup with one person in the garage. These are an experienced traditional team that have been working extremely well together. You can see their partners. Little old us are there, but we are a small speck compared to the other partners that they've built up. And that's it.